Hey everyone, there's Solitaire, and I'm back with yet another video for Audrey vs. the Poison Dreams, a game I showcased for the 2021 Solitaire Print and Play Game Design Contest that was hosted on BoardGameGeek this year. We already played through 4 chapters, so today it's chapter 5. That's the second to last chapter, so it's only gonna be 2 more chapters altogether. I suggest you also watch the other videos, the first video with chapter 1 and 2 for getting a hang of the rules, and also the other 2 videos for chapter 3 and 4. I put a lot of timestamps in the video so you can just skip to the story bits, the story of Audrey and Asher, and also the story of Maya, our kindergarten teacher, so you know what is going on. Alright, so let us read what is new in this chapter and also, of course, our story introduction, and then we can start playing. Chapter 5, Cleanse the Forest. Introduction. The fight against the poison now spreads across the entire dream forest. Together, Audrey and Asher have collected a host of clues and stand close to deciphering who the poisoner is and how to defeat them. Defeating some more nightmares will give them the final clues. The poison corrupts the forest before them. Audrey and Asher must work together to hold back the poison before it destroys too many dream trees, whilst gathering the last clues to unlock the final confrontation. The 2 tapers decide to split up, one heading north and one south. Their allies split up too, 3 traveling with each taper. It's a simple mission. Hold back the tide until enough dream trees have been visited to gather the final clues. Alright, so it seems like we will have to fight some nightmares this chapter. Mandatory. Goals. Mandatory. Audrey and Asher must visit a total of 12 unique dream trees. Yes. Oh, we need to fight 12 nightmares. That's a lot. Optional target. Do not let 2 or more nightmares escape. Okay. That's not a whole lot. We need to fight 12 and we should only let 1 escape maximum. Lose conditions. You may only cycle through the deck 3 times. If you lose, start the chapter again. Okay, then Audrey and Asher also must visit a minimum of 5 unique dream trees each, so we can't just visit all dream trees with just 1 taper. Alright, we play both Audrey and Asher, and the way it looks like they both move the same way. So we need to focus on 1 taper first, for example here Audrey, and after she has visited a dream tree, then we will take control of Asher. So we will, like, the 2 tapers need to take turns. Alright, good. Then I'm ready to set up the game. Alright, and we are pretty much ready to play the game. So I will not put these green tokens on the trees today, just because we need to indicate which trees they have already been to, because we need to visit 12 unique dream trees. So I will only put a marker on there when we have visited them. Otherwise we didn't visit them at all yet. Of course I will put a marker on the starting tree. Let's just take, I don't know, a purple one for a change, just so that we know we shouldn't visit that one anymore. Alright, so you see we have all allies here. So this round we play with all allies. These 3 ones I chose for Audrey, and these 3 I chose for Asher. So Audrey will be able to manipulate the first card at the top of the dream deck, which might be helpful. Asher is gonna have Apex Altar for defeating a nightmare for that. Then we have Asher Onyx Tail for Audrey. She can climb the hills here a little bit easier, but down here is more river, so Asher will have Tammy the River Keeper to move through the river better. Then we have the Rivervale Colony to add cards from the draw deck to Audrey's hand. And for Asher instead we have cards that we can take from the discard pile. So I think this way it's separated quite nicely. We have our dream deck here, and we also have our deck of cards. And now we start. I suggest we just start with Audrey, because that's the character we know the longest. And we need to now visit 6 dream trees. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We could also just leave out the cliffs here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, let's just move like this. And then we can maybe just hop on here in case we need to. I think that's a good idea. So if I want to get on that tree here first, that would be 2 to the right, which is 2 red ones. Oops. This is going to happen a lot, just like last time. Give me a second to fix that again, like this kind of, right? Oh no, now I'm destroying everything. So, like this. Sorry about that. Maybe I should have glued them together, but okay. Alright, so we need 2 red ones, so let's just take the jack and also the 2. So we can move with her up to this tree here. Alright, and now we draw new cards, and we don't have very high cards actually. So let's see if we can manage that. Alright, so we have our first nightmare. No, it's actually Sweet Dream. We are lucky we don't need to fight anyone, but that was the first tree we visited, so let's put a marker on that. Alright, and now we move with Asher. So Asher also needs 6 to 7 trees. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We actually don't even need to go into the river. So let's try to get to that tree down here first. So we need to go 2 to the left, 1 to the right, and another one to the left. So let's go 2 to the left with the 5 and the 6 here. Then we can resupply. That is pretty nice. Okay, then we go 1 to the right, which is the 3 here. Oh, we have really low numbers. Do we want to resupply again? I think so. Let's move another 2 here, and we can use 4 black ones for that instead of 2 red ones. So let's get rid of all the ones that we don't want. All of these. And then we can resupply. That's 3, 4, and 5. That's much better. We do have a 10 at least. And then we need to move 3 to the left. We can do that with 3 black ones. So let's get rid of this one. Actually, let's get rid of this one. And then we need two black ones we need. And the king. Like this. 1, 2, 3. And then we are over there. And we can resupply again. Oh no. We don't have a lot of good cards. Alright, so let's look at this nightmare here. It's a Sweet Dream again. We are really lucky at the moment. Okay, but we will get some nightmares for sure. Alright, so 2 of 12 trees are down. Now it's Audrey's turn again. So let's go here over to the left. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. There would be quite a lot of blacks, which we don't have. So let's go 1 to the left here with 2 red ones. Let's spend these 2 so we can resupply. And now we need some blacks again to go over there, but we can also just use some red ones. So let's move 1 with the black one here, another one to the left with 2 red ones, and another one to the left with the 2 red ones here. And then we can draw back up. Okay, that's great. 9, 9. Oh yeah, that's... Oh, wow. Now we get all the good cards. So let's hope it's a nightmare now, because we have good cards. It is a nightmare. All right. So, but it's resistant to heart and also to clubs. So we pretty much only have these 3 cards here we can use. But that should be okay. All right, so let's put a token on there so we don't forget later on that we visited that tree. All right, so also, by the way, I forgot to put the last card, all the cards on the last card played pile, but we only need 6 cards at the end anyway, so I'll take this card here and put it there, and then I will try to remember to put the other cards on there too, the next ones. That should be fine then. All right, so let's play a 10. We need to go to the right later, so that's red cards. So let's play the black 10 here. And the nightmare will draw a 7. 7 plus 4, that's 11, minus 10. That's still an intensity of 1. Okay, Then let's do another one. That's another 7. So 7 plus the 1, that's 8, minus 10 is -2. So we actually defeated that nightmare. That is great. So we can discard all of these cards here. And we successfully defeated that nightmare. So it didn't escape. We can draw back up to 6 cards. And now it's Asher's turn again down here. Okay, so let's make our way to the right here. Let's go to that resupply tile. That would be 3 to the right. That's just these. Well, let's take 2. 2 red cards is enough. Because with the first one we move 1. And with the second one, because it's the same color, we can move 2. Then we resupply here. Okay. And then, yeah, let's just keep on resupplying until we reach that tree over there. But we could also take that tree here. Will be 3 to the right. That's possible with these 2 again. And we have a dream tree again. So 1 and 2. Let's see what happens. It's another nightmare. Starting intensity 5, but it doesn't have any weaknesses, any resistances, I mean. But if released, select an ally. Okay, so we would have to deactivate an ally, which we don't want to. Do we want to fight that, or do we want to use our Apex Otter here to just eat it? We do have 2 9s and an 8, so I think we should be fine. All right, so let's fight that one. Oh, by the way, we used that card to move on that dream tree. Okay, so then I will spend a 9. 5% is 15. Minus 9, that is still 6. Ooh. Okay, let's try it. Do we try it again or do we use Apex Otter? We could use Apex Otter now, but I think I will try it. That's 5 plus 6, that's 11. Minus 9, that's 2. Okay, intensity is going down. Now the 8. And that's a queen. Luckily, the queen only has an effect for the player, as far as I know. So the intensity is still at 2, minus 8. So we actually reduced the intensity to below 0. So we also defeated that nightmare. All right, great. Perfect. So now we can draw back up to 6 cards. But we need to be careful. We are done with the deck here. And then we can only go through the deck 2 more times. So we really need to be probably a little bit more efficient. Well, actually, no, not really. We already have 4 of 12 trees, so we are doing fine. Okay, we do have a lot of low cards, so now it's Audrey's turn. Let's go to that tree there. That would be 1 to the right, 1 to the left, 1 to the right. For moving to the right, I will use 2 black ones. Then I will move to the left with the ace here. And then move to the right with the red one here. And hope that we get good cards. Not really. Oh no. Not really. Uh-oh. Let's hope we have a sweet dream maybe. Nope. We have a nightmare. Starting intensity 6. And resistant to spades. Okay. Okay, but we do have some cards here. Oh, starting intensity of 6. That's a lot. That is a lot. Maybe you should have turned over the dream deck to rearrange the order, to be honest. But, well, okay. Well, that's the way it is, I suppose. So we moved with that one. That's the last card played. All right, so then let's use the 9. Oh, okay, that's lucky. That's intensity of 6 plus 3, that's 9, minus 9, that's 0. So we actually did defeat the nightmare. Good. Wonderful. Alright. Then it's Asher's turn again. We visited 5 of 12 dream trees. Good. So Asher, I want to move to the right there, but it's going to be hard. It's kind of far away. But first we need to move here anyway. So that's 3 to the right. Can we do that? That would be, that here would be 1 to the right, 2 to the right, and 3 to the right. So let's resupply. And one more. There we go. And now let's move 1 to the right over there. We have some decent, well, not very good cards, but we have decent cards at least. So let's move with that one onto that tree. Draw another card and hope that it is not a nightmare. It is not. Wonderful. So we visited that dream tree also. Then it's Audrey's turn again. So with Audrey, we want to move like around here someplace, right? Yeah, so let's go up there. So that's 1 to the right, 2 to the left. We can do that. So 1 to the right, let's use the Jack here, and then 2 to the left, that's 2 black cards. Let's take these 2 here. We can resupply here. Okay, and you see, we already need to reshuffle the deck. That's the second time we are now going through the deck. All right, let's draw another card. Okay, so we need to go 2 to the right. So let's take the 7 and the queen. And let's move on to that card with the queen. Doesn't really matter, I suppose. Okay, so we can draw back up to 6 cards and see what awaits us there. It is a nightmare. Rising Dread. Oh, right, I put that in the wrong spot last time. So it's a starting intensity, we have an intensity of 5 and resistant to diamonds, which is okay. That works. All right, so starting intensity of 5 is pretty high, so let's just use the 10. That's 5 plus 5, that's 10, minus 10, that's 0. So we actually defeated that nightmare quite easily. That is wonderful. Let's draw back up to 6 cards and mark this tree here. Oh, you can't even see the tree up there. Well, then, how can we do that? Well, let me move it a little bit down. Maybe that's going to be enough. Give me a second. This, I hope I'm not going to break the construct. Of course, I'm going to break it. Let's do it like this. Like this. You're not going to see everything 100%, but I think it's going to be pretty much okay. Okay, so that was Audrey up here, so you can barely see her. And now let's move back to Asher. So we want to move well, do we move up first and then down again? No, I don't think so. Let's just move down. That should be enough. So 1 to the left to the resupply tile. Let's take the black one here, the black 2. And then we need to move 1 to the right, 2 to the right, and 1 to the left. 2 to the right, so let's take, let's take these 2 for 2 to the right. And 1 to the left, let's take the 4. Draw back up to 6 cards and see what we get here. Another nightmare. Well, but only an intensity of 4, so that is manageable, I think. We do have some spades. Yeah, we can use these spades here. That should be okay. All right, so let's use this one here. That's 4 plus 1. That's 5 minus 9. We easily defeated that one here. Great. Okay, we are doing pretty well. So the next dream tree you're not going to see with Audrey. Let me maybe just pull that one map down a little bit like this. Just for now. Like this, and Audrey is standing pretty much here at the moment. So let's move 1 to the resupply tile to get rid of some lower cards like these 2, for example. And then take 2 new cards. And then move 2 up there. That would be 1 red and 2 black, for example. You know what? Let's do it differently. Let's just take 4 black to move 2 to the right and hope that we get good cards here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's pretty decent. Yeah, that's pretty good. And the dream tree is a sweet dream. So we are fine. So nothing to see here. Great. Alright, so and now Asher. With Asher I will move 1 down here. So 1 to the right, 1 to the left, 1 to the... Oh, by the way, I forgot to put that 8 that I moved with there. Alright, so, and here I will use the 2 to go to the right, and then for the going to the left I will use the 8. Let's see what we get. Rising Dread. So we only have 2 more trees with Asher. But we can't use Apex Altar. So, well, then I suppose that we will fight the Rising Dread. So it's resistant to diamonds, so let's play the 10 here. 5 plus, well, the Jack. The Jack is a big problem, because the Jack adds 2 more cards to the Nightmare. So we have intensity of 5, plus 5, that's 10, plus 2, that's 12. 12 minus 10, it's still intensity of 2. We were kind of lucky here. So let's play another 10. That's 2 plus 3, that's 5 minus 10. That is still below 0. So we actually still defeated the Nightmare, but we were really lucky with the draws here. Okay. So I think we're almost done, right? Let's count all the trees. 1, 2, 3, oops. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We need 2 more trees. And then we have all of them. Okay, so let's switch back to Audrey. Audrey still needs to move to the right here. So let's move 3 to the right to the resupply point. Oh, by the way, we still need to redraw. So let's play these 2 for 1. And this one and these 2 to go there and redraw. Draw back up to 6 cards. That's 4, 5, and 6. And now we need to move 2 more to the right. Let's use this one for 1 movement and this one for the other movement. And that's the last card played. So, resupply. And actually, let me see something here. I think what I'm gonna do... I mean, I should have done that before resupplying, right? So let me put those back for now. I think I will do this one here. So we can turn over the first cards from the Dream deck if I pay these 2 here. And then we can rearrange them. Oh, okay. So let's see. The starting intensity 4, that's better for Audrey probably. And, well, we'll just leave it the way it is, I suppose. Okay, and now we draw up to 6 cards. 4, 5, 6. And also, do we... Well, I would also maybe spend the diamond here to use the Rivervale Colony to add even more cards to the draw deck, just to make sure. So add 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now we have a lot of cards we can play around with. And also, I used these. I used this one here too. Come on. There we go. Like this. Okay. So now we should be ready. So let's turn over that Nightmare. We already know that there are 2 more Nightmares. So, intensity of 4. Alright, so the highest card I have is not too high. It's a 7, I suppose. That's 4 plus 9, that's 13. Minus 7, that's still 6. What I can do now is I can play... I can play King. Because now the Nightmare will turn over 1 card, but I can discard that with the King. And instead put 1 card there from my hand. And I will put an ace there, because that's only worth 1. So that's 13, that's 14 minus 7. That's still an intensity of 7. Doesn't look too good. Doesn't look too good. I don't think we can win this anymore. That's still an intensity of 7. Minus 7, that's 0. That's great. So we actually made it again. Nice. Because the king only prevents me to play any of that suit during future combat rounds. But that doesn't matter because we're done with the combat. So we actually also defeated that nightmare here. Great. So we're done with Audrey up here. And now let's go to Asher. Asher needs to go up there. So that is 3 to the left. Let's just take these 3 black ones. Oh, we only need 2 black ones for that. And we need to redraw back to 6 cards. Let me quickly do that. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh no! I forgot something. I forgot to circle around here to get the right suits to use Apex. Well, that is bad. But then let's do something different. Then I will spend the ace here, like the heart, to reclaim 7 cards from the... Oh no, we don't have a discard pile. I can't even reclaim cards from the discard pile. I can't do anything at the moment. Well, then we need to fight the nightmare. But none escaped, so if that one escapes, it wouldn't be bad. Too bad, because the optional goal was to let 0 or 1 escape. So start on intensity 5. Okay. Well then, let's take the highest card, the 7. Oh, well, the nightmare draws a 1. So that's 6 minus 7, that's below 0. So we also conquered the last dream tree. So let me just count them all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We have visited 12 dream trees. We didn't let a single nightmare escape. I kind of messed up with the last card played here. I didn't put all of them in here. But we still have enough cards to play our chapter. Alright, perfect. So let me clean everything up a little bit. And then we can finish chapter 5 with the story. Alright. So we need our glue, maybe. We do need scissors, most likely. And of course, we also need all of these pens here. Alright, so let's see here. Okay. Chapter 5, Chapter Record Part 1, The Jungle Changes. Alright, so now we need to see, count the number of red cards or black parts with a value of 5 or below. If there are more than 3 cards meeting this. Okay, so black cards below 5 or below, none. Red cards 5 or below, yes, we do have 3 here, actually. So if there are more than 3 cards, no, more than 3 cards, we don't. Then the poison has destroyed 5 resupply points. That's not the case. I mean, of course, we didn't put all the cards in the pile here, actually. There are 4 missing. But, well, I think that's not too bad. Permanent corruption if 2 or more nightmares escaped. Not the case. We 0 escaped, actually. Great. So now we will store the final clues on the ally cards here. Let me just quickly do that. Alright, so, and that's pretty cool because the 6 allies, you see, now all the clues are complete. That's really cool, that's really satisfying. But we didn't upgrade all of them. There's still 1 we need to upgrade here. And we can't do that, as far as I can see here. Well, that's bad. Okay, cool, so these are done. Then let's read on. Epilogue. Audrey wonders, Audrey wanders through the jungle alone. Following her nose, she finds Asher, who is sniffing the grayed-out, rotting fruit from a corrupted dream tree. I think it's obvious, isn't it? Obvious now, I mean, though it wasn't before, Asher states. The speed of the change, how precise it all is. They know this part of the forest intimately, Audrey agrees, and I'll make them pay for this. Don't blame yourself. They fooled all of us, Asher says. It doesn't matter. I should have seen their betrayal earlier. All this destruction, it's on me to fix it. As the tapers fall silent, Audrey takes another look at Asher. He looks even worse than he did when he was trapped by the poison at the top of the cliffs, his legs barely able to hold him up. I've done what I can, Asher says. This old body isn't good for much more. You'll need to face the poisoner on your own. Audrey nods. She turns and heads back into the forest. She has a target now. One of your allies is the poisoner. Complete the next interlude to learn more of their betrayal. Then proceed to chapter 6 to fight them for the soul of the dream forest. Alright. We will have to fight one of our allies. But why? I mean, come on. I like the allies. Alright. So we still have the interlude. The interlude is a little bit longer this time. Let's see how long it is. Okay. It's a little bit longer this time, but I will have timestamps in the description of this video and also in the pinned comment as soon as I get to adding that comment. So I will now work on the story here, but after that I will also read it out. So in case you don't want to see the process of filling everything in and just seeing me read out, that's fine too. Just jump to wherever you want to jump. Alright, so we have more than 6 cards, of course. So we will draw 6 cards randomly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And these will be the cards we need for the continuation of our story. So let me fill all of that in here. Alright, so that is it. Let me put those cards aside. We don't need those. And then we can start. Alright, so let me pull that up a little bit so we don't need our glue and our scissors this time. Let me pull that up here. Okay, so the name of our character is Maya. Oh, like this. The animal in our dream is the squirrel. And then here the additional person is our mentor, Plato or Platon. Okay, so let's take a look. As the sun begins to rise over the horizon. Okay, let's first put in all these names. So that's Maya, the squirrel, Maya, Platon, Maya, the squirrel, Maya. Yeah, let me fill all of these in first. Then we have it a little bit easier. Alright, so the names are all in here. So let's see. They find themselves at a cliff face overlooking a jungle, at a cafe near a river, in the stands at a stadium on a sandy beach. At a cafe would be cool. Let's do the cafe. So none of these, but at a cafe. Okay, Maya is interrupted by a grunt because no nightmares escaped. Turn to see, suddenly fall over, face down with very many knives in their bag. Yeah, let's say like a lot. So like 10 and 8. That's 18. That's a lot. So we are done here. let's see what we got here. So what am I supposed to do? The job's yours, guide me. Yeah, the job's yours, guide me. I like that. Because we need to get something done here, right? Take a deep breath. Okay, what about all the other animals? You start talking then. Well, she wants to know what's up with the other animals. So let's put that here. Here's a lot of text. Here we go. And it's telling me you're going to fix everything. Why? So you can laugh at me. Come then, spit it out. I've come a long way to hear about this person and what they did to you, and I need to go back soon. Okay, so she's angry and is telling you to go and fix everything. Why? So you can laugh at me. Well, we actually can't choose. We only have red ones left. So let's take the diamond here. We don't have a whole lot of choice anymore. Okay. Might take a deep breath and then start speaking quickly or slowly. Slowly would be good. Value between 1 and 6. That works. Where was it? No, I lost it. Here. So that quickly not. They stole my life saving. So we only have 1 heart and 1 diamond. Board game contest winning idea. Yes. Yes. Of course. Of course. That is hilarious. I want that. They're close to me and then 1 morning or evening. Doesn't really matter too much, but we still have some low ones, so say morning. So we have some choice later on, maybe. So let's take the 5. I didn't leave my house 4 days, so that's 4 and 8, that's 12. For 12 days. And we still have 1 heart left, that's all. That's... Oh, this one should be red here. Maybe to the developer of the game, this needs to be red. So it's gonna be family. Okay, so we are done. Now let's read our story out. Interlude 5, Dreams End. Oh, it's the end. Okay. As the sun begins to rise over the far horizon, Audrey, Maya, and the squirrel find themselves at a cafe near a river. That's them, Maya says, pointing at the figure sitting not far away. They were my mentor, but things didn't end well. Maya is interrupted by a grunt. Audrey and Maya turn to see the squirrel suddenly fall over face down with 18 knives in their back. So betrayal it is, Audrey comments. I mean, the symbolism is very on the nose, even for a taper. Your mind's not exactly being subtle. I guess not, Maya replies. Any idea is why my mind wants me here. Betrayal always hurts, Audrey says. I'm not going to ask you if you're ready to move on, or if you think about this relationship as character building or anything like that. I'm not your dream guide. Then again, given the number of knives currently sticking out of them, I'm guessing the job's available? The job's yours. Guide me, Maya asks. Take a deep breath. Remember you're in control. You find your way of living with this and you keep on going. That's pretty deep for a taper. Are you sure you're not the sensible part of my mind telling me what to do? It's easy to say, not easy to do, Audrey replies. Maybe that's why you're here. This is not something you just deal with and forget. This is something that always be with you, sometimes more strongly than others. Silence falls once again as the two study the figure in the distance. What about all the other animals? The ones you were interested in, the frog, the monkey, I think there was a bear? Maya asks. No bear, Audrey replies. Poison in the dream forest creates nightmares. It's my job to stop that. But the act of poisoning a dream, it's such a horrific act, it takes something out of you. Every dream you poison steals a part of you, until there's nothing left of what you were originally, and only poison remains. A frame appears, floating in the air. Images of the 6 animals cycle through again, slowly. A frog, a kingfisher, a snake, a monkey, some bees, and some ants. So if you study the poison and study the dream it distorts, you can find the parts of themselves the poison is leaving behind. The parts that were happy and peaceful, those that brought laughter and rest. The speed at which the images in the frame change slows, until the image freezes on just one animal. Come on then, Audrey says to Maya. Spit it out. I've come a long way to hear about this person and what they did to you, and I need to go back soon. Why, so you can laugh at me? Maya asks. No, Audrey replies, but it's the start of a process. Not an easy or quick one, but you've got to start somewhere. Might as well start here. Maya takes a deep breath and then starts speaking, slowly. They stole my board game contest winning idea, Maya explains. They got close to me and then one morning they just told me what they did and walked out of my life. That's horrible, Audrey says. I didn't leave my house for 12 days, Maya continued. Eventually, with help from my family, I started picking myself up again and re-entered the world, but I guess I never really came to terms with it all, which is why my brain wants me here. At the end of their story, Maya looks around. They are now alone. No dream guy, no taper. Maya shrugs their shoulders. I guess this means it's time to wake up? What did Audrey say? Maya takes a deep breath. I am in control and I will live with this. The world starts to distort and Maya begins to feel pulled towards the waking world where dreams are often fleeting recollection. I think I like tapers, Maya says to themselves. And that is the end of chapter 5. So we made it almost all the way through the game. That was a pretty long journey. As you can see here with the lots of pages we went through. And now we only have chapter 6 left and oh wait. Oh, that's not a whole lot. Oh, that's only 2 pages. So next video will probably be shorter because we don't have a story. The story is done now. This is the end battle probably against the poisoner. So let's take a look at that next time. Alright, if you're still watching, thank you very much for doing so. I hope you're still enjoying this series. So one more video and then we are through and finish the entire game. So that is really exciting. If you haven't watched any other videos on my channel yet, then I suggest just head over there and say hi. I'd love to see you there, and there are a lot of videos that I post and probably at least 1 or 2 that you will also enjoy. And otherwise, I will see you in the next video. Alright, take care everyone and cheers.